Well, greetings everyone, and welcome to a very special online event today. It's called Live Long Qigong, uncovering hidden connections between your movement, health, and longevity. My name is Stephen Dine. I'm the founder and president of the Shift Network, and I'm really blessed to be with you here, getting to learn from one of the true Qigong masters in the world. There's so many fascinating practices that can do wonders for our health and well-being and our longevity, which is going to be the focus for today. And we're going to get to explore this with Robert Peng. He's a Qigong master, healer, and author of the Master Key. He's taught a number of shift programs to high acclaim and just is very respected and beloved as a teacher of these ancient practices of health, well-being, and ultimately spiritual illumination as well. So Robert, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Happy to be here and see you again.
Great. Well, we're going to dive in. We're going to have a lot of practices. So folks at home, if you want to create some space so you can do practices with us during this hour, that'd be great. And I also want to let you know that we're going to have a chance to go much deeper in a brand new version of Live Long Qigong, a brand new course with Robert that we're going to share more about towards the end of the hour. So Robert, I would love, even though we have a lot to cover today, just a little bit on your backstory, since it's so compelling how you were drawn into the practice and apprenticed in Qigong initially, and that's led to this great fruition now. So can you tell us a little bit about your backstory?
Okay, yeah, thank you for giving me this chance. Yeah, well, it's for Qigong, traditionally it goes a lot with family lineage, yeah, but it's not for me, yeah. So I met my master when I was 8 years old. At that time, I got sick, like sort of chest pain, so I have to like quit school, staying at home. Well, that gave me the chance to see my master, because he was at that time, in 1972, it's the peak time of Cultural Revolution. If you heard about it, we say 10 years disaster. So all religions were banned. So my master at that time is like a hermit. It's worse than a hermit, because hermit can still lead a good life. He was the boiler room attendant. Nobody knew he was a senior monk, enlightened in many aspects, and top martial artist. For every people, we just know he's the beautiful, good-tempered, nice boiler room attendant. But I had the chance when I don't have school, so I went to see him because he's working in that area, which is like exclusive place for the VIP. We liked to visit before as a naughty boy, you know, playing the fight. But this is the first time I went there and watching the fight, but then I get acquainted with him. He was a wonderful storyteller. So I went him later for the story than for the fight. Then from nowhere, about 2 weeks later, from nowhere, he said, "Do you like wushu?" I say, "Oh yes, wushu means martial art in Chinese." "Do you like it?" I said, "Yes, of course. Nobody told me. I can teach you." I said, "Really? You can teach me?" Because he doesn't look like a very strong person, just like ordinary. Then he said, "Well, discipline. Come here every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. Second, very important, keep secret." Because at that time, practicing this traditional Chinese martial art and meditation was dangerous, because they can be caught and they say you are getting something old. Because old at that time is considered to be anti-revolutionary. So he got into trouble. So that's how I started. Yeah, we learned the martial art, eagle claws. Horse stance was the first one he taught me. The horse stance was like brutal at first, like, you know, standing like this, 90 degrees. And for 20 minutes, I was like shaking all the time. Yeah, after 2 minutes, sweating. But I don't know, actually, just 2 months after that, my belly was so strong. Like he can use the sledgehammer to hit on my belly, like rubber tire. Actually, when he realized this, he was very pleased. They said, "Well, your guardian qi." The guardian qi is like immune system and also like physical strength that hot hit won't hurt you. You reproduced. And also, actually, meanwhile, he was doing some healing on me without telling me, just scan. Later, he taught me, I know, just using the third eye scan on you. When we first met, he said, why did you go to school? You are 8 years old or get sick. For about several minutes, he was not talking, just gazed at me. Later, I know he's doing a treatment. At that time, I said, wow, why this man was like, just stop talking with me. So until I got into a street fight, because I was so strong and I want to be a hero to help some other, actually one of the dearest playmates. And then, of course, it's 3 big boys, all taller than me. So especially one, I beat him and he went to the hospital. And of course, I have to go to the hospital to see him. Yeah, because it's just neighbor. Actually, that is my transitional time that I find there's something in my mind. I said, well, what's wrong with me? Because the moment when I entered the room, that guy, big boy, was still frightened because I was beating him so bad. He has trauma. But actually, I went there, bring the present to see him. For me, it's like enlightened moment, because when I saw him, I said, well, what's wrong with me? Why at that time when I was hitting him, he was like a monster? Actually, he's just another big boy, 2 years older than I, right? So for me, it's something awakening inside. My master noticed that too. So after this, of course, he was not happy. I got a big fight. Then he said, well, punishment, kneel down on the washing board, you know, the exact things for 2 hours. And I was fine, you know, pain doesn't matter, but I couldn't put up that I let my master down. But after that, he said, all these years, you trained with me, this energy, you can convert it into healing power. You can convert it into martial power. Yeah. So I set it free for you. You can choose. If you want to keep doing more martial art, I can teach you more. And of course, when you're getting older, you go to different competitions. And another is more quiet, hermit. You convert this into healing art, and I can teach you how to do the treatment. Yeah. So I give you 2 days to decide. I said, I don't want to wait for 2 days. I decide now I want to do the healing. Yeah. Because I saw a few times how people are grateful when they're receiving my master's treatment. So, of course, he was very happy. Then he began to bring me to a temple. At that time, he returned to monastery already. That is after Cultural Revolution, about 8-9 years after. Then he put me on a water fast for 100 days at the basement, dark chamber. The only light I could see was the lit incense hold in his hand when he visited me. He visited me every day for 1 or 2 hours, guiding me in the darkness about different, you know, advanced meditation and breathing. Then he will put that incense on a bowl with the rice, and it can stick together, it can stand. And another hour ago, disappeared. Yeah, disappeared. Well, this 100 days water fast is like, how to say, a few lives experience. Because all what we experience in this real life, always in this life, pain, itchiness, yeah, and tiredness, emotionally frustrations, anger, sadness, yeah, or loneliness, all this, I experience all the more. 10, 20 times stronger than what I experienced. Yeah. But when it's so much, like so strong that I cannot put up, I move a little bit, then it's gone. Yeah. In my master words, he said, that is your monster's mind playing the trick on you, right? But only when you really give a surrender. I surrender. I'm going to die from this coldness. I'm going to die from this itchiness, which is the hardest physically, like millions of ants biting on you. Then there's some time you struggle, then all of a sudden you feel like peaceful. It's like you have a little boat on the stream, flush. After all this turning around, boom, like peace. That kind of peacefulness, undescribable, is so beautiful that you don't want to get away. Then you come back. Then that kind of problem doesn't bother you anymore. Then you go another wave, another wave. Until middle of the time, I had like about 8 days. My breathing is so slow, and we call it small death, because your breathing is slow, your pulses can hardly feel. Then if you get back, let's say it's big life, because you are transformed in many ways, many levels. Well, in ancient times, a lot of meditators, they may just go like this, disappear, go to the other world. They don't bother. They say, well, fine, because I get enlightenment. I feel I have enough for this life. They go, yeah. Or some of them, because they meditate in the cave, the animal may come and eat them up, right? Yeah. So normally you need to have some place you have higher master to take care, because that kind of breathing is so slow, you may just break. Yeah. So my master was sitting beside me for 8 days continuously, to make sure I can go through with this. So after that, I feel physically is that as light as a feather. But meanwhile, you feel like as strong as a tiger. The most fun thing I like to do is that between the wall and wall, I run just 2 steps. I can go to the wall, then go to the other side of the wall. It's like the skiing, a half open pipe skiing that way. And then the buzzing energy is constantly coming out from my fingers. I had that before. Maybe that's why my master chose me. When I was little, I can concentrate for a few minutes, then I can zap my playmates, zoom, like static electricity. But that's all. Yeah, I thought everybody had this. But after that kind of purifications, because the fasting, this 100 days water fasting, in my master's words, is a few steps. One is 净体, 居气, 机灵, 3 steps. 净体 is purifications. After your energy are purified, like no food, yeah, just water, and just pure meditations, then you're clarified. Then 居气, the qi, the energies are easy to concentrate. What is energy concentrated? It's like laser, right? We have lights, which is beautiful energy, but when it's concentrated, well, it's like it can go through. It can be so much more advanced of playing that. The same as our vital bioenergy qi. So when they come concentrated, they're very healing internally, and you can project out. So the third step, accordingly, comes, they say, 机能. Your potential energies are stimulated, because according to Buddhist understanding, we are born with abundance of energy. Like everybody is born to be a potential Buddha. That's what Buddhists understand. Yeah. So we have everything when we're born, but the problem is that we're born with this, we die with this. It doesn't manifest into our being here. So when our energy are released, are cleansed and concentrated easily, then a lot of healing power can be released. All our organs and cells, they have healing power. For ourselves, as well as for the others, especially if we can concentrate. Then when I put the energy, put my fingers on, later, of course, some friends, third eyes especially, they feel constant current of energy goes to their eyes, goes to their stomach, goes to their different parts of the body, according to my intention to send it. So that is very special potential energies that I developed under the guidance of a master. He said, don't use it now, you're still young. Wait until you're more mature, then you can really serve people much better.
What an amazing backstory and a really unique way that you were initiated into this work. So let's fast forward to today, and I know that Live Long Qigong is sort of a more accessible name for the 312 Qigong that you've learned. And maybe you can share a little bit about the overarching philosophy and how this can really be used for healing purposes and life extension.
Yeah, we call this Live Long Qigong because actually all this exercise are aiming towards to give us a better mental and health conditions as we are getting older. Yeah, I'm 60 years old now. Yeah, in a few months I'll be 60. So that is my my plan too. 100 years old or 80 years old. I don't mind how old I'm going to live, because I still believe our age may be decided somewhere, we don't know. But every single day should be a beautiful quality. Yeah. So this protocol we introduced is called 312 plus 8. So 312 is a set of different exercise energy points. 8 means 8 cycles. So what are 3? Yeah, 3 means 3 energy points. 合谷, yeah, 合谷.内关, and on the foot we say 足三里. These 3 points, when you stimulate on them, they give you beautiful bun, like ripples of energy. Because Hegu here is connected with the large intestine meridian. Yeah, large intestine has big connections with the brain. Actually, we have a nickname for this for the guts, right? Nowadays they say guts, or we say colons, is like second brain, because they have their own ways of communicating each other. Yeah, actually they have very good connections with the big brain too. Actually, all the organs have good connections. So working on here make our mind much clearer. You have a clear guts, you can have a clear mind. Yeah. So the good mind, which is very important when we're getting older, we don't have Alzheimer's, we don't have foggy, that kind of decrease of abilities of a brain work. Yeah. Then another one is 内关. Yeah, 内关. Here is pericardium points. Working on here helps with our pericardium. Pericardium is very rare talked about in Western medicine, all right? But big time for energy medicine, because pericardium is not heart itself. It is a sac or a bag wrapping the heart. In between them are liquid and fluid. So for sure, the main function is protect the heart. We have the brain protected by the big, very strong skull, yeah, which is beautiful. And heart, we have rib cage and all this, not enough, another layer of them. So that function of protecting heart is from pericardium. Heart itself, they don't know how to protect themselves. They just pump the blood to supply to other places, give us a good emotional mood, yeah, like joyful mood. You can control well. That is heart function. To protect is like a king, then all the warriors is protect them. That's the pericardium. Actually, a lot of heart disease now we have is because of the problem from pericardium. So working on pericardium helps our heart disease conditions. Yeah, disease conditions. So that's another one. Good brain, good heart. Then another one is that you should have a good digestion. So 足三里 is about here. Yeah, and we call it 3 miles from foot, or 3 li from the foot. That point is number 36 points of stomach meridian. So the stomach meridian help us to digest well. Nowadays we have a lot of good food, which is great, and also we have a lot of junk food. Yeah, and if we don't have good digestion, no matter how much junk food you have or how much good food you have, including now we have a lot of supplements, right? It won't go into us. Yeah. So this will help us to make use of what we take. Like when I was in the monastery with my masters, many monks, or all monks actually, they are eating very, very simple. Rice, vegetable, a little bit sesame on top sometimes, then salt. 3 meals. They look wonderful. Yeah, they look very healthy. Besides all this practice and meditations, it's because also they cultivate their stomach energy. Then even the simplest food, they can get enough nutrients. When I was doing my 100 days water fast, one interesting phenomenon is that although I don't eat anything, just water, I didn't lose too much weight. Well, I didn't weigh, of course, but from appearance, it doesn't look like you're a totally different person, no food for so long time, because your digestion it doesn't only come from your stomach, but also you can do the breathing through your skins. You get nutrients from the air. So all this kind of practices supply us good nutrition, good circulation, clear mind. That is what we need for the conditions we're getting older. Yeah, and actually this is practice with a professor in China. In 1980s, he was 60 years old. He began to have all these problems when you're getting older. Yeah, and it's not fatal, but it's like just terrible feeling. Yeah, bloated, forgetting all everything. Then he said, well, I'm a scientist. I study meridians. So can I get a good practice that can help me to get better life, yeah, when I aging. So he begins to practice this, and it's beautiful. So he began to teach in the park, and thousands, actually millions of people following him. And they begin to have the team of a long-lived team, right? To keep the record. And he said, my aim is to live 100 years old, still healthy. Now he's 98, still riding bicycles, sometimes show off. Instead of riding bicycle, just put the back seat, running, yeah, jogging with the handles off hands, yeah, off hands. So he's embody what he practices. So that's one. That's three points. Another is one. One is the breathing. Yeah, breathing. Especially abdominal breathing. Yeah, give us a good way of expanding our lung. Yeah, because lung is very interesting. Lung tissue doesn't get old, but why we're getting older, that we our breathing getting shorter. The reason is not lung itself. It's because of kidney. Yeah, because when we're breathing, lung expand, push down the diaphragm, right? More space, because they need more space to expand. That's our chest breathing, which is great because we live on chest breathing most of the time. Some people claim I'm doing abdominal breathing as my natural breathing, only some time as natural breathing. Most of the time we're doing chest breathing. Yeah, so we shouldn't look down upon chest breathing, which is a living on it. But meanwhile, every now and then we need to do the abdominal breathing, which helps to lower down diaphragm more. Not just more, but more free for the lung. Because when we're doing abdominal breathing, especially the kidneys, because if you put your hands on the kidney and doing the breathing, in Chinese medicine we say, 肾主纳气，肺主呼气. Our inhale and exhale, generally we just think, oh, it's dominated by the lung. That's not true. Inhale is dominated by the kidneys. So when our kidneys are strong, our inhale are stronger or longer. Yeah. Exhale is dominated by the lungs. So when we have strong kidney qi and abdominal, so instead of lungs pushing down the diaphragm, over there in lower dantian, the kidneys, they pull the diaphragm down. This simple movement release so much work from the lung. Because think about it, lung want to expand. He has to push down the diaphragm, which is quite thick, right, the layer. But if it is already pulled down by kidneys and abdomen, then it's so easy for the lung to expand. Just this simple expansion make your breathing so much richer. Just now I said the tissue, they don't get old, but the one thing interesting, because the bubbles of the lung, they are like balloon, you know, below the balloon, then they go off. If you put it there for a few days, next time you come and blow it, they may stick together, right? Getting harder because you have, some fluid inside. So the lung bubbles, if they are not stretched in a regular ways, they may stick together. Like our cell phone's battery, they get memories. You charge the 100%, but only 70%, 30% are buried there. So when we think 100% inhale, but it may only reach to 70%, or when you're getting older, only 30% you reach, because all the others are still sticking together. So the abdominal breathing, especially together with the kidneys, help to give the space for the lung, then they reach more easily, then they're stretching all the time. You never get old. So when you're getting old, but lung capacity this way, they're still free, then your breathing are beautiful. There's another way of, we boldly claim live long Qigong, because that really makes you alive, beautiful, and sure, it should strengthen and lengthen our life. So that's 1, 3 points, 1 breath. Then 2 means 2 legs movement. Well, generally speaking, any exercise are 2 legs movement, right? You run, you jog, you walk, you swim, you still need 2 legs, right? Yeah, but here specifically we mean dynamic horse stance. So dynamic horse stance is like squat. Yeah, squat, right? But squat is only physical. Dynamic horse stance, we have some meditation part in it. Yeah. Squat first, you don't want to hurt your knees. Like this, hurt knees, that's wrong squat. You want to bend the buttocks first, then bend the knees. Then the knees can be strengthened. It won't hurt, because this makes sure this knee is inside the toes. This more than cross the toes, you hurt your knees and ankles. So this is the right way, doing the squat. Yeah, then you can have different patterns of squatting. Another very important is the lower dantian, because lower dantian stores vitality chi. Abdominal breathing is also go with the lower dantian, right? So lower dantian can be strengthened when you're doing this breathing. So very simple way is inhale, whatever postures, you can raise hands, you can do this, but exhale, you think you're doing the pumping. We are pumping the bicycles, the tire, we do like this, right? So think here is like a tire where you go with the breathing. This breathing you do like 30 to 80 a day. Not only build up very strong lower dantian chi, but also make our legs strong. When we're getting older, I don't know what number 1 or number 2 killer for the aged people is they fall, right? Another is they get choked. They fall because they're not so stable. They get up or they walk, they fall. Then when they fall, hips or legs are injured, then they cannot move. When you stop moving, that's the doom time. Yeah. So this gives us a very strong, stable grip on the ground. You walk with stable, you're actually quite flexible, quite easy moving. Not only the muscle, but also the lower dantian chi. We call lower dantian chi the warehouse, or say the dantian of vitality. Yeah, this is center of loving, center of wisdom, center of vitality. So when vitality chi is strong and healthy, we feel grounded, we feel vital, we feel charismatic. Yeah, we feel like good energy. So this two legs movement, dynamic horse stance means 2. Yeah, so 3 points, 1 breath, 2 legs movement. We call it 3-1-2 protocol. Yeah, that alone makes us beautiful strength. Then plus 8 cycles. Yeah, 8 cycles is like a dancing with the energy. That makes us every move meditative. flows with energy and make us connected with this, with universal energy. Because what we talked previous just now are all cultivating internal chi. But no matter how much energy you have, sooner or later, if you don't have connection with the universal chi, you get exhausted. Yeah. Luckily, we have already had some, like we drink, we breathe, these natural ways. Think about it. We connect with the universal energies by this activity: eat, drink, breathing, right? But that's just make us an ordinary person. You want to be a Qigong person, always say a practitioner of energy. You be a bit more aware of your connections with energy. So all this central meridian connect with heaven chi and earth chi, across upper dantian wisdom, middle dantian love, lower dantian vitality. So when we move, it's like you're moving with the whole universe. Yeah, when you smile, you think it's only you smile. Actually, feel the whole universe smiling with us together, because we are connected with universal energies. That's how 8 cycles. So 8 different kinds of movement to cultivate internally and connect with heaven and earth chi. So we are not living alone. We're living eternally with the universe.
What a beautiful overview and exposition of all that. I wonder if now would be a good time for you to string it together in a more continuous practice that we can do with you.
What is Tai Chi? Yeah, Tai Chi is called Tai Chi in Mandarin. Yeah, Tai Chi, or they call it yin and yang. Yin and yang, because yin is dark, feminine, soft, nice. Yang is bright, muscular, all this, yeah, bright side and shade side. Yeah, yin yang form this pair of energies to make everything balanced. Yeah, everything, no matter how big it is, like as big as a big universe, as small as a tiny nuclear, we all have, if you look at it, they all have a consistent of yin and yang energy. Based on this yin yang principles, we have a simple movement to embrace this yin and yang. So hold your hands like this. Everyone can follow me. Yeah, hold your hand like this. We know that yin yang diagram. I'm sure everybody has this. Yeah. So you move your hands left and right. Yeah. Well, like you hold your hands like a big circle, left and right. Let me facing this way so that you can follow me, left and right. Yeah, left and right. Simple, right? Simple. Then you want to scoop the chi. Your right hand scoop the chi from the universe. Alternately, left hands scoop the chi. Yeah. So that is the way you begin to embrace the energy from the universe. And when you're scooping like this, picture a Tai Chi or Yin Yang diagram in your movement. They're spinning. They're spinning. And you can move your body, your steps, yeah. More sophisticated, we have different patterns of moving, but simply you can just go left and right or small steps. Shoulders very relaxed. Scooping the chi from universe to your left side, then scoop to your right side, alternately. As much as you can imagine, like the end of the universe, the end of the horizon, you scoop the chi from Beijing, yeah, from New York City, from Antarctica, all this, you can allow your imagination or meditation goes. In Qigong, we have a saying, where your mind goes, your Qi goes. So meaning your mind leads your Qi. You think, oh, have I ever been there? You do have some connections there. Shoulders relax. So that's simple movement. Well, now I'm just moving around my chest area, which is the center of our loving Qi. We call it middle dantian. Dan means elixir. Tian means field. So elixir field of loving Qi. When you're moving here, the inner hands cross your heart. That empowers your loving chi. When loving chi is empowered, you feel loving and loved. You don't feel lonely or frustrated easily. Yeah, easily. And both hands are like extensions of your loving center. When you meet a friend, old friend, what do? You hug, right? Because that is the way you express your loving chi. So thinking all this beautiful chi, energy, nice, cool, warm, nourish your heart, nourish your loving chi. Now, we can use the same pattern to nourish our wisdom, because wisdom energy inside the head is like a GPS in our life, right? Tells you when to turn left, when to turn right. Yeah, it's the wisdom of the choices. So just move your hands a bit higher, then the back of the hand, cross your forehead. Scooping the chi, cross your forehead. Scooping the chi, cross forehead. Yeah, if you're doing one hand, so it's like this, right? Both hands, you alternate. You can even touch a little bit, it doesn't matter. It feels like there's a hand stroking on your forehead, yeah, with a feather. So it feels a bit even itchiness. That stimulates our third eye, our wisdom chi, our clairvoyance, or our power to guide. Go to different places with the hands, scooping the chi, nourish them. Then we can keep go higher from top head, like the back of hand crossing the top head. This is the beginning point of a central meridian, is an energy channel connect all three dantians and shoot up in the sky. So rubbing on here, make this energy channel activated. So we are harmonizing the three dantians, because wisdom, love, vitality, if they're not harmonized together as a whole, we suffer. So they should be harmonized. This helped harmonize. Huge universe, empowering three dantians through central meridian. We have one more, lower dantian, right? Vitality. So lower the hands and move that Tai Chi yin yang ball in front of the lower dantian. Feel your left and right legs are empowered. Meanwhile, you're grounded with earth, left and right. Earth chi coming, earth chi coming, leg chi going down. Form a circle. Then we come back to the first one again, loving chi, Tai Chi ball, or it's a yin yang ball. Yeah, you can play this longer or shorter. Yeah, about 3, minimum 9, 21, 32, yeah, 33. So we use the time of 3, because 3 is the number to make progressive change. Then you finish embracing the qi, lower and lower dantian. Playing Tai Chi ball, quite spontaneous and expensive. Sometimes I just play this ball in my backyard, couple of hours. You get lost into that.
That's super fun. I really loved making it a practice that also is spontaneous and joyful as well. Let's circle back to some of the core principles that you've been teaching. So integrating this with the different acupressure points. So how do you combine some Tai Chi, some dynamic horse stance, and the acupressure points into a more comprehensive practice?
Yeah, so the first are 3 points. Hogu is like if you put your hand over here on the index finger part, so you can press for about 36 times minimum. You can do longer, like that professor, because he has a lot of people are getting retired. They watch TV. They do this for like half an hour because it's fun. Then they change hand. They in the park, they do this, they're chatting at the same time. It doesn't have to do meditative. So you can use your like a fragmented time, and doing this. You feel sore here. So that's one point. Another is here, if you bend a little bit, then you can see the signal here. In between here, there's a point called Li Guan, inner gate. You press, just like this. The same way, 36. Sometimes they time it, 3 minutes. Actually, I don't like to time it. I just do every time I think about it, I do it, You don't have to do the sequential. You do this first, the other first. It doesn't matter, So quite flexible at making it, both hands. Then the next one is here. If you put your hands together, like on a kneecap, on external side kneecap, there's an indenting spot. Go straight down about 4 fingers on the side of the bones. This is the point called 足三里. They call 3 miles to the foot. I don't know why they call it. Right? One explanation, they say, maybe when you're walking and you're tired, then if you chop on here, you can walk another 3 miles, meaning they energize you. Between my master and I, we have a nickname for this point. We call it chicken spot. Chicken spot. You chop on here for 36 times. Why chicken spot? Because, when I met my master in 1972, 73, at that time, actually, material life is very poor. Like for my family, we have 4 siblings, my parents. We may have chicken considered the most nutritious at that time, maybe a couple of times a year. And that is considered to be standard, ordinary people. Some poor not even have them. If a mother just gave the birth, the relatives, especially relatives from the countryside, the best present is a chicken and a basket of eggs. That's the best present for them. So, of course, we don't have that much nutritious food. Then my master said, don't worry, you chop on this 足三里, 36 in the morning, 36 in the evening, it's like you have a chicken a day, right? So, so that's how we got the name. So later we say chicken spot, chicken spot, we know what it is. Among all my students, I share the story. So when I say chicken spot, everybody knows what it means. Stomach 36, 足三里. You chop on it, It's good that you sit on the chair so you don't put the force on it, because they lose, then you chop. Sometimes they just do like the others, or you just chop easy, like this. You feel the energy goes, actually goes to your feet, because stomach qi is supposed to move down all the way to the foot. That's the right direction. If it reverses, you burp, right? That's time you feel the digestive power is interrupted. So we work with this point to make our digestive power beautiful. So you don't have to buy so many supplements, right? Just open your mouth, doing the breathing, chopping chicken spot. Yeah, you're nourished, right? Nourished. So that's the 3 points. Yeah, 1, breathing, abdominal breathing. Yeah, abdominal breathing. Very interesting phenomenon. If you look at the book or go on the internet, just now we're talking about yin yang, right? They say, is breathing in yin or breathing in yang? Or we say inhale, what is yang, what is yin? Very confusing. Look at the book, they have opposite. Some say inhale is yin, yeah, is in. Some say inhale is yang. My understanding or my explanation, they can be both. Yeah, it depends on what. Like yin and yang are 2. We say 1 and 2 and 3, right? 3. It depends on the 3. Yin and yang, they are just static there. The 3 is either your movement or your mental movement, meditation. Say for example, if you're going to punch, what do? Inhale, exhale, or you hold your hands, right? Hold your breath a little bit, but basically it's go, right? That's powerful. Have you ever seen anyone punching? Funny, weak, right? So in other words, inhale is like you get the bow ready. Exhale, shoot the arrow. So exhale is yang for sure. Yang, right? Inhale, reserve. Exhale, yang, right? How about when you're doing the meditation? Especially when you're doing a very relaxed meditation. Inhale, exhale. What time do you feel more relaxed? When you're exhaling, right? Inhale, exhale. When you smell or drink, right? When you drink a beautiful cognac, what do? Drink. That kind of sigh shows you how beautiful this cognac is, right? Mm-hmm. So at this time, exhale is yin. Inhale is working. Inhale, look, when we inhale, actually the body is very tight compared to exhale, right? Inhale, your body, lung expand, your abdomen expand, you're getting bigger and tighter. You're trying the work, you're doing the work. Exhale, easy, relax, enjoy, right? That's when we are doing sitting, relax, especially doing the meditation. So inhale, in. You do the work like you're doing the cooking, exhale how beautiful the meal is, right? So 1 breath, you finish the whole course. Inhale, you do the work, exhale how beautiful the work is. Like when we inhale, our body expands. Actually, between the joints, between the cells, the distance is stretched a little bit. Maybe you cannot measure it, but just imagine when you're getting bigger, the distance goes a bit more. So it's like you have 2 things. Well, thinking this is my bone and shoulders, that is a bit offline, but when I inhale, they stretch it. Then exhale, they come back into perfect position. So you need to pull it open, then exhale, settle down. So put in this in meditation, inhale, you're big and strong, doing the work, extend, exhale, everything bullseye is in its perfect position. Every now and then, when you're doing the meditation or breathing, you give this kind of meditation or visualization. Inhale, big and strong, powerful. Exhale, everything is in its perfect pattern. Inhale, big and strong. Exhale. So that's different. That's inhale is yang, right? Exhale is yin. Opposite. So meaning basically a lot of time when you're doing the movement, inhale is in, reserve, exhale is shoot out, and yang. Meditation, inhale is yang, exhale is yin. Of course, it still can be very different depending on different exercise. Like I teach one of the exercise called small heavenly circuit. Maybe you don't know what it means, but if I say microcosmic orbit, I think a lot of people know it, right? Yeah. I like to use the name small heavenly circuit because they're using the name of astrology, because we think that the stars moving around the earth before, yeah, we don't know at that time. So that track is a heavenly circuit, we call it heavenly circuit. Microcosmic orbit, I prefer small heavenly circuit is because that small heavenly circuit has more spiritual meaning of this. Yeah. So anyway, so small heavenly circuit, we have a front and back, the meridians to make a loop, clear loop. Then we have a few points that you focus on. The front one is yin, the back one is yang. We sometimes need to use the breathing to move the energy from points to points. So when we're moving the back one, which is yang part, we inhale, pull the pearl up. Then at that point, we hum. Then the vibrations are on that point. That's the yang side. Inhale yang, exhale vibrate yin. But when it reaches to the top here, the inside part is different because basic breathing is that inhale raise, exhale down. So here, inhale, you get ready. Exhale, you want to move. Inhale, stay. Here, exhale, stay, vibrate. Here, inhale, stay, exhale, vibrate. Inhale. So this combination of yin and yang breathing make us so much more aware and bring ourselves into the insightfulness of our own inner world.
Well, Robert, you're just a wealth of fascinating insights and practices. And I mean, you really have so much deep experience in this field. I want to spend a little time now talking about how people can go further with you, because we're very excited to have this opportunity to study with Robert and go deeper into these practices. So we're excited that he's going to be teaching a brand new program called Live Long Qigong Live. It's Cultivate Clarity, Balance, Flexibility, and Energy for a Balanced Life. And you can find it laid out in detail at Live Long Qi Course. That's QI course, livelongqicourse.com. It is going to be a 7-week program and really give you the foundations for the live long practices, the 312 Qigong secrets for easing stress, helping cultivate a deeper level of contentment in your body, fluidity, opening up energy, working with meridians, so much and more that you'll really be able to integrate into your daily life. So, Robert, I'd love for you to share in your own words about Live Long Qigong and what you're excited to share with folks. And then I'll read out the module titles and you can give us a preview of what's coming in each.
So, so this Live Long Qigong program, yeah, like I said, I will be in the team too. I'm maybe the team leader, and we go towards our next stage, because I said I'm 60, yeah, in a few months, 60 years old. That's the beginning of what we are ordinary understanding. We're getting old. Like when I was like teenager or 20, even 20 years old, people are 40. We consider old people, right? Let alone 60. So I actually, I'm amazed to say I'm going to be 60. Is it true? Yeah, because inside we're still young, but also we want to keep this young spirit embodied together with all situations, our quick mind, our loving energy, our vitality, our connections with the universe, and all this to embody together. That is what we call live long life. Like I said at the beginning, like long life, does it mean that 300 years old, 100 years old is a long life? Not necessarily. If you are 30 years old, you're bedridden. Yeah. Even if you live 300 years old, it's still short life because no value, no quality. We want to have a good quality life to make every day meaningful, joyful, every breath count. every breath you're aware of how beautiful it is. Every breath is like a sip of cognac. Or some people like ice cream, whatever. The beautiful ecstasy. Then like every second is extended eternally. That is the true meaning of long life. For the next 7 weeks, what we're going to do, I practice with you, we guide together, we join the team, and actually I hope that everyone can keep going after 7 more weeks, because this is just the beginning. At the end of the 7th week, it's just the beginning, it's not the end. Our end, I hope never start, right?
Great. Well, Module 1 is called Introduction to the Healing 312+8 Qigong Program to Promote Longevity and Graceful Aging.
Right. This one is like we said, we want to make our life, no matter how old it is us, we still have good dignity. You know, nowadays, because of modern science and technology are making it so capable of prolonging the life with tens, hundreds of tubes on it, is no quality. Yeah. So we want to be graceful. What is graceful? Dignity inside, dignity outside. You have the pride inside. I'm having a beautiful breath, a beautiful body, and I'm going to die tomorrow, but today I'm still beautiful. That is what we call, graceful aging.
Beautiful. Module 2, activate all meridians and care for your muscles and joints with dynamic squatting and the 8 cycles movements.
Yeah, so that is about the, we're going to introduce one of the points, Hegu points, and 2 exercises of 8 cycles. Yeah, every week we progress, we're going step by step. Our purpose is by the end of the 7 weeks, we master all of them. Then we can put that into our real practice.
Module 3, clear emotional and physical blockages with Hegu and 8 cycles movements.
Yeah, Hegu is this one, as we mentioned there. That clear our mind, give us a good guts chi. Yeah, the guts chi, or we say colon chi, which is, what is colon chi? Yeah, we say the brain chi here. Lower brain, higher brain. When they communicate, we are really wonderful. Yeah, I don't have to explain it. Just think about that. It's so beautiful. So here we say clear mind, clear guts. Reversely, clear guts, clear mind.
Module 4, relax your body, mind, and spirit with Niguan Hegu and 8 cycle movements.
Yeah, Niguan is this one, as we mentioned. Yeah, helps you heart chi. Heart chi, just now, when I talk, it's just physically circulation, but also emotionally, make you beautiful, balanced emotions. You feel supported, you feel loved. You know, loving chi and also very grateful. The gratefulness, a lot of people just think it is an attitude. Actually, it's more than that. It is energy. Because when you have gratefulness inside, then you feel supported. When you feel supported, you don't feel lonely. Yeah, all this sequential effect make us feel safe and grounded and peaceful. That is the best thing we can do, right? By working with Niguan, the heart energy.
Module 5, tonify your chi and blood to increase longevity with Susanli and 8 cycles movements.
Yeah, the Susanli, this chicken spot, chicken spot, give us good digestion, and also actually strong food as well, strong legs, strong legs, and 8 cycles, 2 of them, to keep us different ways of, different dimensions of connecting with the universal energy.
Module 6, apply the universal principles of yin and yang with the 312+8 program to feel nourished and satisfied.
Yeah, so that is the, we have different organs. We say zang and fu. Yeah, just I mentioned that large intestine, actually that is yang organ or yang meridian. Niguan is yin meridian. Yeah, Susanli is yang meridian. More than that, all organs, they're classified as yin and yang. So we're going to talk about it to have a global picture of how we can balance our energy by overall working with harmonized organ chi. Organ chi, each organ holds different emotions. Then when they're harmonized, you have a beautiful appearance outside. Yeah, people just feel attracted to you without knowing why. You don't have to talk because you manifest your peacefulness.
And finally, module 7, mapping a 100-year life plan for healthy, happy, and graceful aging.
Yeah, that's our final conclusion. After all these pieces we practice each week, now we put everything into one piece, one bigger piece, and then one piece. So I'm going to introduce how you can like prepare for the next few months, the next few years. We have a little master plan that you can apply in it. Then, well, it's good that you practice all different exercise, how to put them into one bucket, so you're not overloaded. And meanwhile, even just this one, how you can apply in your life, then instead of feeling you're juggling with so many things, you make it very organized. Then that's piece of nourishment for us instead of burden. So that's some wisdom I got from a master Xiao Yao. He taught me more than 200 exercises. So he teach me how to arrange them. Because when I learned from him, at the very beginning, he didn't allow me to take notes. He said, don't take notes. If I sneakily take notes, he will hit my hand. He said, don't put any notes until you really master them. Then that's the essence. Otherwise, you put notes, even I sneeze, you put on the nose. What's the use of them, right? So meanwhile, he said, try to arrange your practice wisely. You should have a wise way to arrange it. At least 2 years scope, you will touch at least one time for what exercise I have taught you. Then it's here, digested. It's not on the book. So that's some practical tips I'm going to introduce. Then you feel it's very easily to organically arrange that in your daily life, especially now for the modern people, because we have so many commitments, so many distractions meanwhile. But how can we keep going with this energy, spiritual cultivations, but still living for ordinary people's life, we still enjoy everything that we have in this modern world, but also you have some good disconnections or unattachment of your own solitude area. That's what we're going to cover.
And practical information you're going to be sharing, and really just sharing a vision for like thriving to 100 is a beautiful thing for ourselves and the world. So we've kept this program very there's a lot of details to this program. You can see at livelong chi course, QIcourse.com. We have 7 90-minute live sessions with Robert, which is going to include time to ask your questions and do the exercises together. And you also get recordings of every one of those sessions, both video and audio, which allows you to go back and really cultivate these practices in your life. You'll get word-for-word transcripts to study and highlight. There's weekly exercise for home, as well as a Facebook community to support and deepen your connections around this work, plus a number of extra bonuses you'll find on the page at livelongchicourse.com. There's a session from the Qigong Global Summit called The Master Key, Qigong Secrets for Wisdom, Love, and Vitality. There's also a dialogue with Robert and Matthew Cohen called The Healer Within. And then there's actually a full video series. This is our special bonus that you get when you sign up by midnight tonight Pacific time. Upgrade Yourself, 7 days of meditation. It's a video series and PDF guide from Robert. Robert, you want to share a little bit more about that special bonus?
Yeah, well, that is it's also breathing exercise. When we do the breathing, we can just inhale and exhale. But there's another way from ancient masters. They say, well, you can make sound when you exhale, like use the sound to vibrate different organs. Yeah, organs. So he said, 1 way inhale, 6 ways exhale. Yeah. So actually 6 healing sound, 6 healing sound. So when, like, say, for example, if we want to release some of the sadness from the lungs, yeah, we can do inhale, then we go like hissing sound. Well, very quickly you can feel you're released. Yeah. Well, Of course, this is just very direct, simple way. There are some sophisticated how to do that. Like we can use the sound, audio sound, to activate long meridian. Then we can use strong hissing sound, like I just did now, to release. Well, you activate, like you opening the door, hiss, release. You should do one more thing. Because when you release this empty here, you should put some good nourishment in it. So the third part is you do like mouthing, like just without sound, very warm sound from. As soon as we begin to do this, our meditation level getting so much deeper. Yeah. So every day we do one. Lung, liver, kidneys, all these organs with different sound to upgrade our awareness and spirituality.
Well, what a great extra bonus that folks get when you sign up today. Again, that's Upgrade Yourself, 7 days of meditation with Robert's videos and PDF guide. So this is truly going to be an amazing program. So many health benefits, personal benefits, energy benefits. And we've kept the investment really accessible. It's just 3 payments of $128, or you save 10% when you pay in full up front with 1 payment of $349. Course starts on November 7th and runs Tuesdays at 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern. But even if you can't make those live times, you can still get the full value with the recordings, transcripts, and community as well. And I particularly encourage you to go to the page at Live Long Qi Course, QIcourse.com, and read through some of the testimonials. Beautiful testimonials, way of teaching that makes it easy to learn. I'm very happy with everything. Clear teaching style, another door into knowing myself. People just love studying with Robert because he is a master, been trained since 8 years old, and he really knows how to deliver this not only in a clear way, but also in a way that's fun and empowering for you. You're in great hands, and you're going to be in for a blessing if you choose to join, and you can get all the details again at livelongqicourse.com, livelongqicourse.com, and you get that special bonus when you sign up by midnight tonight. Upgrade Yourself, 7 days of meditation. So, Robert, we're at the end of our time. It's been great to be with you. Thank you for your passion and your wisdom in sharing this work. Anything that's still on your heart you want to share with folks who are considering going deeper with you in Live Long Qigong?
Yeah, well, I am just like excited to embark another journey. Myself, as mentioned, yeah, and everybody else who is involved in this program, I feel it's a blast, yeah, for all of us being able to march together. Really value this beautiful chance, and thank you, Steve, for this chance for me to share this as well.
Thank you. Beautiful. Well, thank you, Robert, and thank you all for joining. And if you'd like to go further with this beautiful teacher, you can do so at livelongqicourse, QIcourse.com. Many blessings.